So let's be real. If you're like most busy women, trying to find time to squeeze in a workout is a lot like finding a unicorn in your local coffee shop. So, whether it is your work, your family, your never ending to do list, squeezing in a workout oftentimes feels impossible. But here's the thing, it doesn't have to be. So, as a busy woman, it's all about finding ways to make fitness fit your life. You are in a season of life where you are extremely busy. You've got a demanding career. You might have responsibilities at home. You might have small children. You might have grandchildren. You've got all of the different things that you're involved in. And now we're trying to add yet one more thing to the calendar. So, what we're going to do is in this phase of life, we're just going to try to find ways to make fitness fit your lifestyle in a way that works for you. All right. This is a unique challenge for busy women. So, we've all been there. We've had really super early morning meetings. We've had late nights at the office, kids' soccer practice, something in between. You're supposed to find all this time, right? You've already got a jam packed calendar. I've seen this in Facebook groups where people are posting their calendars and they're just like, I cannot squeeze all of this in. Okay. And so you just feel like there's never enough time for you. But what I'm here to tell you is that you do not need to spend hours in the gym. You do not need to spend 2, 3, 4 hours a day at the gym. I remember when I was preparing for fitness competition, my arms were jacked. I was looking really super lean and fit. And I had a couple friends message me and they're like, I want to work out, but I don't have time. I don't have 3 or 4 hours a day to work out in the gym. And my response was A, I'm not spending 3 to 4 hours a day at the gym. And B, what makes you think I have 3 or 4 hours a day to spend in the gym? I was working as a vice president. I had a busy, demanding career. I had a lot of responsibilities, a lot of people dependent on me. And so I had to figure out a way that worked for me to be able to get in the workouts and get in all the things that needed to be done to prepare for my fitness competition. So I want to talk today about a couple of the different strategies that you can use to make fitness fit your lifestyle. So the first thing is to set realistic goals. Think about the season of life that you're in right now. You might have this really crazy, hectic schedule. Your schedule might be all over the place. You just got a lot of things going on. What you want to do is make sure that you're setting a realistic goal. So if you don't have time to spend 1 hour a day at the gym every day, don't set that as a goal. You're just going to set yourself up for frustration. You're going to be ticked off. You're going to be like, why can't I do this? I can't do this. And then you're going to throw up your arms and walk away, but can't do this. Here I am yet again, not being able to do this. All right. So if you think about it this way, you're super busy, got a lot going on, schedule's full, blah, 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 all the stuff, right? And trying to get to the gym for an hour, it's not just 1 hour. It's the getting ready for the gym. It's the if you've got little kids and you gotta get them ready for the gym, you gotta drive to the gym, then you've gotta drop the kids off at the daycare if you have little kids. If you don't, that's fine too. And then you get into the gym and then you go, "Okay, what do I do when I'm here, what do I do?" So you'll get on the treadmill, walk on the treadmill for an hour, or do the elliptical for an hour, and then same thing in reverse. Got to pick up the kids, got to drive back home, you got to clean up, you got to do all that. So 1 hour trip to the gym can very easily turn into 2 hours of your day. All right. And oftentimes that's just not realistic. It's just not realistic for where you are in your life right now. Okay. It's totally fine if you are. And if you are, that's great. You've made some, I'm there. Like I've made some changes to my life to make sure that I'm able to get in what I want to get done for my particular goals. Okay. So what I want you to do is think about what is the reality? What do you realistically have time for each day for the gym or each week for the gym? Is it you can get in 3 30-minute workouts each week? All right. Is that a realistic goal for you? And again, it's not just the 30 minutes. It's the getting ready, the driving, it's the getting there, getting set up, all that kind of stuff. Right. So what I'd be suggest is if you're that busy that like even driving to the gym feels like it's just so overwhelming. And I have been there. I've been there where I've worked 10-hour days. And then after driving to the gym is like, it's just one more thing I got to do. Okay. So I get it. I totally get it. So what I want to suggest to you is to think about this. Think about things that you can do at home. Think about things that you can do at work. If you work from home, what are some things that you can do in between meetings? And if you work at an office, what are some of the things that you can do that you don't get super hot and sweaty where you got to like take a shower and clean up? But what are some things that you can do in between meetings or in between, the things that you're doing? So like one example would be this. So when I was working in an office, sitting in a cubicle all day from 8 until 5, doing all the things, I would take about an hour lunch every day. But in that lunchtime, what I would do is I would take a 20-minute walk. We had really nice trail system around the building where I worked, and I would just do one that 20 minutes. It was about a mile, but it was a way for me to get in some additional movement throughout the day. It is something that I was able to fit in. So think about where you sort of have these pockets of time that you could fit some things in. So here are a couple things I'm going to suggest. Number one, think about like a 15-minute strength workout that you can do, a strength circuit that you could do. So things like squats and lunges and push-ups, things that you don't need any equipment for, you can just do them. You can say, I'm going to do, 3 sets of these 10 times and just repeat it. Just repeat it for 15 minutes. Okay. There's a very easy, simple things that you can do without any equipment. Think about a 20-minute HIIT workout, high intensity interval training. It's the same thing. It's the same kind of stuff. Squats, lunges, push-ups, all those things, but you do them faster. You're getting your heart rate up. You do them and then let your heart rate come down. You can do that for 20 minutes. Or you could do a 30-minute yoga flow. There's a lot of opportunities to take yoga classes online now. I will be adding some to my YouTube channel here soon. There's a lot of different apps that you can purchase to get access to take some online yoga classes as well. Do a 30-minute yoga flow, 30-minute chair, whatever is going to work for you. Those are going to be some quick and effective workouts for you as a busy woman. And then let's talk about how to make fitness a habit with your already busy schedule. So I am going to say to schedule it like a meeting. And I just said like, oh gosh, we're going to add more things to my calendar. Yay, Heather. But I really think that if you get it on the calendar, schedule it like a meeting and put it on your calendar, and you're going to make sure that it gets done. All right. And then what's going to happen is you're going to get good at time management. All right. So if that thing doesn't happen because the day blew up, it hit the fan, right? The workout didn't happen. We're going to move things around, calendar around, to make sure that all the things that need to get done. All right. And if you would like, I'll make a video on like how I put together my calendar. And then when, things hit the fan, this is how I move things around. And then the second thing is to move more throughout the day. So if you're on a Zoom call, you're on a client meeting, you're on a Teams call, you don't need to sit at your desk. Nobody says you have to sit at your desk. Okay. You can stand. If you're on the phone, walk around, take a walk. You don't need to be stuck to your desk all day. All right. So find ways that you can stand more, that you can walk more, take the stairs, park in the back of the parking lot when you go to the grocery store. I like to park in the back of the parking lot when I go to the yoga studio. Those are all different things that start adding up over time that gets you more movement throughout your day. And then you can do something called habit stacking. So pair additional movement with some other thing that you already do. So in the morning while you're waiting for your coffee to brew, you can do some stretches, you can do some squats, some push-ups, things like that. Yeah, I use that time when my coffee machine is heating up as I put away all the things from the night before that didn't get put away in the kitchen. That's what I do, but you could certainly use that time to get in some additional movement. Netflix. How many of you are sitting on the TV at night watching Netflix, Hulu, Amazon, whatever you're watching? If you read anything about Netflix, they say their biggest competitor is sleep. All right. So go to bed. Go to bed. But if you are up watching Netflix, that is a good time to grab a pair of dumbbells, do some arm curls, do some, tricep kickbacks, do some strength types workout while you're watching Netflix. Turn it on. I actually have a TV. It's right up here, a TV here in my workout room. So if I really want to watch an episode or a movie, I can do it while I'm working out. So think about how you can combine two things to just find time to fit that fitness in. Not all about what you do while you're working out. So let's just say you are working out 1 hour a day. A lot of a healthy lifestyle and being able to do the things that we want to be able to do and we want to look and feel a certain way, a lot of it has to do with what we're doing the other 23 hours of the day. All right. So a big piece to that is nutrition. And there's a whole host of things that I talk about when we're talking about a healthy lifestyle. And that is my balance method that I have created. It's all the different things to consider when bringing in a healthy lifestyle. I'll link to the videos if you want to watch those. But nutrition, I think, is really an important topic when we're talking about living a healthy lifestyle, being able to do the things that we want to do as we get older, trying to stay somewhat in shape as we get a little bit older, we're busy, whatever. So here are a couple of my nutrition tips for you. Number one, meal prep, meal prep, meal prep, meal prep. Okay. So I have figured out just by trial and error that I do not like to eat 4-day-old leftovers. Okay. They're nasty. They're gross. It's probably not the best thing for you. So what I like to do is I like to prep some things on Sundays and I prep some things on Wednesdays. And what I do is I just cook up some chicken. You can cook up some ground turkey, just cook up some of the meats, cook up some of the vegetables, cook up some of the, sweet potatoes, the rice, things like that, that you can then throughout the week, just throw them together to create a meal, add some spices to it, heat it up. You're good to go. All right. So meal prep is, that's one way to do meal prep. Another way to do meal prep is to plan out your meals for the week, but plan them out in this way. You plan Monday night for dinner. This is what I'm going to make for dinner, but I'm also going to make a little bit more because then Tuesday, that's what I'm having for lunch. So when you're cooking dinner in the evenings, make sure that you are adding a little bit more into what you're cooking for, lunch the next day or lunch the next 2 days or whatever. The other thing that you can do is something called batch cooking, which is where you make a whole lot of something and then you have it available throughout the week. So you can make a recipe, you can make a casserole, you can make something in the crock pot or in the Instapot, like some sort of stew or chili or something like that. You just make a whole bunch of it and then you can eat on it throughout the week. Again, I'm not a huge fan of like 4-day-old leftovers. So then what I suggest doing is if you're going to do that batch cooking, make things that are easily freezable that are not going to be nasty when you thaw it out and cook it. Okay. So things like stews, chilies, meats, things like that are good for that. I cannot stand leftover eggs. Like if I'm gonna have eggs, I'm making them fresh and eating them. If there's anything left over, they're getting tossed. Okay. Some people, they can pre-cook eggs and eat them. I don't know. I think it's nasty. All right. The second thing is to keep it simple. Don't overcomplicate things. Repeat meal, things that you like. Think about lean proteins, things like ground turkey, chicken, healthy fats, avocados, olive oil, things like that. And then making sure you're getting in complex carbs. Carbs are not the enemy, okay? They're not bad. We need them. Things like rice, oatmeal, sweet potatoes, quinoa. And then, thinking about just how you can throw those things together very quickly to create a healthy meal. You can throw some chicken in with some quinoa, some avocado, some lettuce, top it with some olive oil. You have a wonderful salad there. Okay. And then the third thing is to make sure that you have healthy snacks available. You have healthy snacks on the go. All right. So almonds, Greek yogurt, fresh fruit, things like this. One thing that I am a big advocate for are protein powders and protein bars. And I do not think you should rely on them, but they are a wonderful tool for when you forget a meal or life happened and you're not going to be able to eat when you planned to eat or whatever happens. I'll give you an example. I was going on a hike last weekend. I was getting ready for the hike. What am I forgetting? What am I forgetting? I kept having this feeling like I'm forgetting something. What am I forgetting? And as I was driving to the trailhead, I realized I forgot to eat breakfast. How many of us have done that where you're so busy, you forget to eat. And then what happens is you get so hungry, you'll just eat whatever you can, right? So if you have a protein bar ready to go in the car, that's what's going to be there. That's what you're going to eat. And so that's what I ended up eating. I had a protein bar available in the car. So a little planning goes a long way, and eating right does not have to be a full-time job. So there you have it. That's the start to your busy women's fitness journey. It's all about finding small, simple ways that you can fit fitness in throughout the day, but also thinking about what are you doing in the rest of the day? What are the things that you're doing to make sure that you're eating the right foods, eating nourishing foods, drinking enough water, things like this. It's not just the 1 hour that you're working out or the half an hour that you're working out. It's what are you doing those other 23 or 23 and a half hours in the day and planning ahead, being prepared for when things hit the fan, that you've got healthy snacks ready to go. All of those things, all these things start adding up over time and you're going to start seeing the result that you want to see. So if you like this video, please make sure that you like it, subscribe to my channel, and share it with somebody who you think might find it helpful. And if you're listening to this on the podcast, I would love for you to share this episode with somebody that you think might find it helpful as well. So thank you, and I'll talk to you all